Hey everybody, it's Glidercat, and it is time to play. We are back in Evospace. Check out our little factory here, our little copper mining outpost. Got kind of two stages here. We mine it, and then we pound it, and then we smelt it, and then we use it. So then we're storing it here. In between episodes, I cleared out the bottom here. I'll show you what I did. I put in some lights. This looks better, actually, and when it's dark at night. But now we've got kind of a decent platform here. We're right underneath the mining platform. And then this little shaft here, I put this here just for effect. Not to be holding up the whole the whole platform. We'll put walls up or something here eventually. But that's actually where the center of the drill is, the mining drill. So we'll go look at that real quick. And I need to put stairs in, but we'll do that maybe a little bit later. But yeah, if we were to go down underneath, you can kind of see the edge of the mining shaft right there. But I just kind of like the idea. You can see this thing in there kind of spinning around. You look really close. I think that's spinning around in there. It's wiggling, that's for sure. And I just like the idea of having something underneath it to make it look like it's actually got a bit that's going into the ground at some point, rather than have it just sit. There's nothing underneath it. So anyway, that's why I put that little pillar down there of this. It's kind of like a copper diamond plate pattern. So it uses a little copper, but anyway, I think it looks cool. And then this is all our heat pipe, all our basic routing for the heat pipe. So that all looks cool. It looks like we're getting by with one furnace. So I'm kind of amazed. This one little copper furnace is doing it. Let's take a look at our, whoa, we are burning through the coke. That was close to being full. We'll put some more in there. And that might be the next thing to do for this episode, is think about where do we want to make that coke. So if we look at the map, let's look at the map here for a second. Okay, I'm facing south, I guess. So we can build a platform over this. We could, again, I'm talking about where to put the coal manufacturing. Yeah, and if we look way out in the distance, did we just see a little bit of is that us out there? Let's see, map. Yeah, there we are. There's our coke ovens. We can kind of see in the distance. And again, I've got the view distance set kind of a little bit lower than the default. Just trying to save some electricity and save my graphics card, because this thing will get it going pretty fast. I can hear the fans blasting when I turn up all the graphic settings. But it still looks pretty sweet to me the way it is. Especially these little Stirling engines look kind of cool. So yeah, looking at the map, just trying to think through, we need to do coal production, or we can mine the coal over here, just mine that out, or we can make our own and just have it be infinitely renewable. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But then we've got, a bunch of other processing to do. Right now we're doing one level of just pounding the ore into like a gravel, I guess. Eventually we're going to want to wash it and powderize it and do all kinds of stuff to it, and then make a bunch of different products. So I'm not sure where the best place is to expand for all that. The other idea I had is if we wanted to, it would take some effort. It would definitely take some effort. But if we wanted to, we could build up and have the all of the coal production take place like a couple floors up, or a floor up or two, and just build a tall structure. And that might be cool. The only challenge there is just not quite knowing how this platform is going to turn out long term. Like eventually we're going to put more mining rigs here, or mining drills. I think we can get at least like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 more little rows of 2 or 3 along here if we want, and really mine out the copper. We'll see how long it lasts. Now, the map still says 100K. I don't know if that ever changes or how we know how much is actually there or if we're at any risk of really running out anytime soon. So, yeah, I wish this was a live stream. I am recording several of these episodes ahead of time just due to the kind of restrictions I have on my recording schedule. Kind of have to do that. But boy, if it was a live stream, I would ask you and hopefully get an answer on just how we want to build this out. The other option we have is we could go back to the main factory down south here. I'm kind of facing it. Build out that as our coal production and then just kind of route it out here with belts. Now, eventually we're going to be probably having to do that quite a bit. I don't know if there is any other transport methods in the game other than belts to move product around. Let's take a look at the research tree and just see if anything jumps out at us to move down towards the lower part here. Assemblers, constructors. Yeah, I don't see anything jumping out at me as far as like logistics or drones or anything like that. It could be in the game or could be coming. I think I did see like a trains on the developer's roadmap, but I don't know if those are still being planned for or not. Yeah, I don't see a lot of like fast transport other than the upgrading belts probably. Automatic mining. That's just the next highest level drilling rig. Yep. Then once you get way down here in the tech tree, it's probably almost too late to take advantage of transport. So yeah, I don't think there's anything besides the belts. So since you can't answer my question for me, and I want to get this started, we gotta just pick a place here for coal production. And I say, I don't know what this is. Maybe even in the middle. If we had a large amount of coal production in the middle, and then we belt it in all four directions where we need power, at least initially, right? So we could supply coal to the copper mine, maybe both copper mines. And then if we go, I didn't mean to put that mark there. I don't know how to get rid of those. I just right clicked. I think in the next version, I'll be able to clear that. But you can set a marker by right clicking on the map. But then I don't know how you get it off. I've tried several times and I can't get that thing off. All right. Well, I think I think this might be our iron or our steel. Let's look at the tech tree and just see, or no, look at the build menu and just see if we can tell what those ores are. Let's see. Are they near the bottom ores? Nope. These are all the powders. Okay, I think they're mixed in here. Pumpkin, sulfur, clay. Where is our copper? There's our lime, all the stones, granite. But it's probably right in front of me, or you guys see it. Just looking for the ores that we have been mining. There's silicon. Copper or gravel. It should have it in here. Let me type copper here and just see. Yeah, there it is. Let's see if we can find it and find the other ones, where the other ones are. I must have scrolled by them. Neutronium, stone, blocks, terrain. This must be it. Okay, uranium, clay, iron. Yeah, that looks iron. There's the coal ore. Yep. Aluminum. That's what that light one is on the map. Okay, now we're familiar with the copper. So that must be the ones. Looks like there's cactus here. It's got a placeholder. Yeah, some of these have placeholder icons, it looks like. Iron, yeah. So back to the map. So yeah, if we did coal in a central location, at least early on, we might be able to route it multiple places. So maybe right in the middle here, we just set up a big, on this kind of this, whatever this is, this little connector between the two islands. I'm sure there's a name for this, for this kind of body of land. I don't think it's peninsula. I don't know what it is. But maybe here, somewhere along here, we flatten this out and make it a huge, just coal operation, coal production. Basically that arrangement there, but a whole bunch of them. Or we could just keep a little coal processing right by each factory, just keep it local and then rip it up. Maybe that's better. It'd be less belts. Let's start with that. And then we'll see. Sorry for my indecision here. But let's go ahead and find a flat place. We do have blocks that are going to allow us to effectively have the belts travel vertically as a, in addition to just horizontally. Maybe up here is a place where we could start doing that. Just setting up that whole production chain for the coal. So let's get a platform placed and we'll start on this work. It's probably going to consume the better part of this episode or what's left of it, and maybe some more episodes. We may have to go fetch some stone back at the main factory. I've got more here. Let's get crafting more brick while I'm working. I'll take this down quite a bit. And then we need some of this for the coke ovens. So we are definitely going to have to go back, but we can build one coke oven while we're here. And while we're here, let's change it to morning so we can see what we're doing a little better. And build out this platform. We may have to burrow underneath here as well. We can take this out. That's what we're getting, more basalt. Looks like this will turn into some useful materials later on, so maybe we'll throw it in a storage container and process it at some point. I think I can get these last little floating scraps as well. All right. Boom. Nice. And we'll take care of this little mess here. Boom. Boom. Make that all look nice. And then we know the routine, right? We need kind of water. Then we need the greenhouse. And then I think the greenhouse will supply wood for at least two rows of those coke furnaces or coke ovens. So why don't we over here, let's think about the water production. Let's see, do I have the materials I need for that? Let's find out. I want the atmospheric condenser. I thought that was here. There it is. I need more copper. We've got plenty now. I think there's a bunch in these containers. Oh man, look at that. So is that like a huge change from where we were not too long ago or what? Very nice. Very, very nice. So let's do it. Let's get our condenser. We'll start with just one, and then we can always scale this up later over time. Boom. We know we're going to need, I think we need a Stirling engine for the condenser, if I'm not mistaken. So we get that going. We're going to need inserters. Where are those? Oops, not the filtering ones. We'll just grab the regular ones here. Can't tell if these are building. Yep. And then this number's not going down because it maxes out at a certain number. And then you can just keep building a bunch of them until you run out of copper. So it doesn't show me the total number I can build. I can build more than 32. We're going to need heat pipes. Let's grab 10 or 15 of those. We've got plenty of copper at this point. And conveyors. Let's queue some of those up. And then while all that's building, we might want to go make a run back and get some stone. We can, before we do that, we can increase our building space here a little bit. And that's mostly what we're going to be focused on, is just building this platform out. We may have to do, like I said, a little bit of digging underneath here to route the heat pipes and do a similar setup to what we have down there for the copper. Boom. Just going to keep expanding this. Not like that or that. Boom. Come up here. I'll take away these mistake blocks. All right, let's go back to the headquarters, which is this away. We might fetch some actual, we might grab a little bit of that coke that we have stored up over here and just refill our copper furnace, because we are actually burning through that pretty good. We've got one little furnace supplying all those machines, but we also need stone. So let's do that first. All right, we got a bunch. I might grab, let's grab at least half of it. That looks good. And then let's grab some coke. I guess we could check things here. Let's grab a bunch of coke out of here. We can grab the rest of it. And then let's just double check our disconnected furnaces here and make sure that they've got all the coke they need. That one is fine. We can actually just resupply this a few stacks. That's going to run for a really long time. This one we're not using, so we don't have to worry about it. All right, let's head back over. And we wanted to build, while we're heading over, before we do that, let's build some coke ovens. I know we need at least 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want the greenhouse. I think we just need 1. Call it an automatic farm. And that actually requires dirt. That's funny. But that's one thing we're kind of short on. We can always dig some up, though. Back to it. Yeah, and eventually we'll add a wall or some supports here. Kind of thinking of closing it in at the bottom, making it look like a real building. All right. So let's do, how do we want to do this? Let's put our condenser down. I'm looking for it. There it is. Boom. And power. Okay, the water can go out this way. That looks good. We can expand out this way. I'm sure we will. In fact, why don't we do a little more of this so we can cover up that huge hole? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to fall into that. It's just, I'm not sure why it just built like that, but I must have moved the mouse a little funky. Okay, did it again. All right. Let's just take these out. Okay. And just finish this up. Cool. I can scoop up this biomass stuff. And let's craft up some more while we're waiting. We're not really waiting, but let's craft up some more bricks so we have them when we need them. Queue up a bunch of that. All right. Now we need our automatic farm. We know from last time we're just going to hook this up straight up to the atmospheric condenser to get the water in. And then let's queue up some more robotic arms. Pop one. How about there? And now we need 2 coke ovens. How about... I can't tell if these are as big or not. It's a little challenging to place these. Okay. That looks good. Another one of those. And we are going to have to pull this out. Okay, that'll be the coke coming out that side. But we're probably going to run a belt somehow around here and then down there to supply the finished product. But let's go ahead and set up the second row. And how do we want to do that? I'm trying to think of how we did it before. We're going to have 2 coke ovens. Let's place those. Boom. And those are going to be at least a little room so we can walk in between them. I think that is it. Got it. And now another robotic arm in between. And we're definitely going to have a robotic arm feeding there. How about we pull out this way? And then we run some belts. Do I have the belts? Yes, I do. Something like this. For that one, that's all we really need. All right, so that looks like that is all just about set up. Now we need to figure out how we're going to power this guy up. And if we want the power above again and then wiring it down. So let's see, we know a couple things. We know we're going to have to drill out this guy. And we know we're going to need a Stirling engine up there. So let's go ahead and craft that if we don't have it. No, we got it. Let's go ahead and grab it. Rotate it into place. I think that is correct. Boom. And then we know we're going to need a heat pipe here. And we're probably going to have to drill down if we want to run the heat pipe underground. I think that's worth doing. I'm going to go ahead and set the... let's pick a research. And off camera, while I was doing the digging earlier, I just chose some like decorative blocks. I think the things I researched were like decorative stone, decorative clay. I just did the decorative stuff. And I figured we'd do some of these. There's another decorative clay. Let's see. Advanced circuit board. Let's see what that's going to get us. The ability to make advanced circuit boards. Let's go ahead and get that started. That's 512. That's going to take a while. And then I was going to change the daytime again so we can see what we're doing. And what we need to do now is we're going to run the heat pipe, but I want to figure out where we're going to put the furnace. And we might need 2 furnaces. And I'd like those furnaces this time to be fed by the line of coal that we're going to send out this way, or the coke that we're going to send out probably down this way. I'm guessing we're going to come down here somehow and route that coke. So let's drill out a bit. And maybe between episodes, at some point, I can do the rest of the digging down here and put a whole like a little service access floor down here, like I did over at the copper deposit. But for now, I just want to get close enough so I can figure out how we're going to route, where we're going to place our furnaces and how we're going to route those heat pipes. We know we're going to have a heat pipe here for sure. And one underneath that, pretty much for sure. This will be the layer of, this will be where the heat pipes kind of live. And then it's going to join back up. It's going to come back up to the surface to meet a furnace. So let's put down some blocks. And hopefully I can explain what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, let's see. If we want to scale this, how would we grow it? I guess we could run heat pipe out this way and just do more and more rows. So that would work. So where should the furnaces go? Let's build a couple. We'll just do what we can. The level furnace we can. How about that guy, furnace 2? We just need one to start. And then behind that, I'm going to queue up some more bricks to be built because we're burning through them. And we got plenty of stone on us. We'll get that going. All right, so maybe do another row or two of these blocks. This. And then maybe we have a row of furnaces here. Let's try it. And we'll just see how it looks. So that's our furnace. And we could go... let's see. Let's drill that out. Maybe we take the heat blocks like this and then down. And we could have a row of furnaces if we need to. And then underneath here, let's drill out a little bit more here so we can move around and work. And you don't have to have the heat pipe underground. You could have it up top and route it that way if you want. Kind of like the idea of having it underneath the main floor and then having like a little access to the floor so you can service your heat pipes or whatever, or reroute them like this. I think it looks kind of cool, but it is extra work. You definitely don't have to do that. And in some ways it hides them when maybe you want to see them. Let's go ahead and pop them down here. There's one there, and maybe do them like that. Okay, see if we can get up here. And I think we're close to all we have to do now, or we're close to all we have to do now is put fuel in here, and we might be good to go. Let's go ahead and pop some initial fuel in there. While that's starting to heat up, let's finish this expansion. Because we're going to route the coal, or we're going to route the coke that comes out the back end of this process on a belt along here is what I'm thinking. And in fact, why don't we craft up some more belts while we're waiting for things to kind of move. Escape out. Whoops. Like that. Let's do belts. I'm going to grab a bunch. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab the max. And I'm going to go and get some more copper. It's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Yep. All the lines are working. Very nice. Grab from here. Whoops. Do a control click and it gets all the material. I don't know that I need all of this. I'll take most. And let's head back up. Eventually we'll put stairs or make this much more easy to navigate. And let's just see, are we producing anything yet? We got to pick all our recipes, right? So let's make this guy do water. That'll get that going. This guy set to wood. And then the coke ovens, they seem to have only one product based on what you're putting in. So we're going to put in wood. It's going to set its own recipe automatically. That'll turn it into coal. The coal will get put into this coke oven, and there's only one recipe when you put in coal, so it'll produce the coke. And then, like I was saying, I'm thinking of routing those belts. Let's see here. Like this. Right? Something along these lines. Right? That's what I'm thinking. So the coke will come out. We'll put it on the belt. And this will come across this way. And then we'll have a robotic arm feed our furnace if it needs it. That keeps all the production going for the coke production. It's going to take a little while for this to actually get moving here. Here comes some wood. We're about halfway through. So got another minute before that's going to actually show up. And then we want to route this coal all the way down there. So we're talking lots and lots of belts. Let's keep crafting belts. I probably should have queued up more than I did. So let's use up. We got tons of copper now, which is awesome. So let's burn it all up, make a bunch of belts, and grab some more copper. And then maybe make some heat pipes since we've got a bunch of copper, and those also take a long time to craft. Make a bunch of those. And then we'll grab some more copper out of here. And eventually maybe make some lights. We do have a bunch of coke. We brought that in just temporarily to refill this. Let's go ahead and do that. I might take, whoops. I might take a couple just in case we need it up here to prime the pump, so to speak, to get this going. Okay, there go the logs. We're now just starting to produce the coal. And it's slow. Eventually, I think we'll get faster inserters and faster belts as well. In fact, faster everything. We can level up the greenhouse here, the automated farm, the condenser. I don't know if that has multiple levels. I imagine it does. But eventually, we will be upgrading all this if it turns out that we need to. And this will feed all our coal production. All right, let's wrap this one up. We'll call this an episode. Made some progress. We've got basically, I think this is set up. I think this is all going to work. So we've got local coke or fuel production for our copper mining outpost here. It's all very modest. It's a pretty small operation at this point, but it's going to get us started, and we can scale this a bit. Like I said, we can run this heat pipe underneath anywhere we want. And so we could extend this platform out this way as far as we want, add more lines. If that belt isn't saturated, we can fill it up till it is saturated and then run another belt next to it if we want to, and maybe supply other mines. We'll just have to play it by ear and see how we do. But I think we're off to a decent start. This guy, we can top off the coke there. It will take a little while for us to dump out the final product. But then once it's moving, it should be moving fairly consistently. And we might even get a little extra wood out of this. All right, that's it for this episode. This is Glidercat signing off, saying thanks so much for watching. If you like this content, please consider giving it a thumbs up. That's the only way my tiny channel grows. So I appreciate that. And I'll catch you in the next episode.